Good evening. Welcome to the 3905 Century Club March meeting. I am Clay, WA6LBU. Meeting has been called to order, and we will do a roll call, starting with the first area.
First area present, GEB1XP.
Okay. Second area.
Second area present, N2XTT.
Third area.
Third area is here, KE3HY.
Okay, thank you. Fourth area.
Present, K9 GWS.
Okay, fifth area is here, WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area is here, WY6N.
Okay, seventh area.
I'm here, KE7RG.
Okay, eighth area.
Here, there's the 8 American. Thank you.
That's fine.
Okay, you got super low audio there, Gene. Ninth area.
Better, Clay?
Yes. Ninth area. Did Roger go away?
He's still on the screen.
He
He's on
fell
the screen
asleep.
twice.
Okay, I heard Clay and that was it. Is he giving me a thumbs up or anything? Because he's not in my gallery. Okay, moving on. 10th area.
Whiskey 6 Papa November Yankee present.
Okay, DX.
VE3 CMV and VA3 YKT are present.
Okay, Vice President.
A1A here.
Okay, and President.
KL7OR here.
Okay, on down the agenda. Minutes from the February meeting. Are there any corrections? And hearing none, minutes are accepted by acclamation. Any objections? Not hearing any. The minutes are approved. And moving down to the special meeting minutes to elect chairman. Any corrections to that? Accepted by acclamation. No objections there. So they are approved. Down to financials. Are there any corrections or questions for Gary? Accepted by acclamation. Not hearing or seeing anybody there, so those are approved. We have, we're down to the reports, and I understand the president has a report. No?
Are you asking a question?
Yes, you,
It's in the minutes. It's in the minutes.
oh, okay. Any questions? Are there any questions about the rest of the, oh, hang on a second. Rich, I was told you had a verbal report.
Well, I did, but I didn't bring it with me. But we had over 186 awards passed out or handed out last month. And so far, everything's going pretty smooth. I have no problems or questions. So I think we'll just go ahead and move on.
Okay. Old business. With that, we go to old business. We have none.
Hold on a second, Clay. I do have one correction on the agenda. I did receive an IT task force report, and it is uploaded and included in the most current minutes packet, or the most current agenda packet, and it will be in the minutes packet that we send out.
Okay. Are you done, Doug? Okay. Doug nodding. Okay. Old business. None. New business, selection of leadership. And we have approval of committee appointments as reported in the president's report. And we'll go do a roll call on that. First area.
First area approves, KB1XP.
Second area.
N2XTT, affirmative.
Third area.
KE3HOY approves.
Okay, fourth area.
Approve. K9 GWS.
Okay, fifth area approves, WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area approves, WY6N.
Seventh area.
Approve, KE7RG.
Eighth area.
Approve, Whiskey November Echo Tango.
Thank you. Ninth area.
Approve.
Okay, that was Super Roger with a great echo. W9ROG. 10th area.
Word Mac vote.
10th area.
He approved.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, DX.
EX area approves, B3 CMB.
Okay, Vice President
Vice President approves, AA1NA.
and President.
Approve, KL7OR.
Okay. Election of secretary. Dean, are you going to run this part of this?
Nope, you are.
Oh. Okay. Election for treasurer by the president or vice president or director. Is there anybody who's going to nominate anyone? Okay, with that, I will nominate Gary K9GWS for treasurer.
Second.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll do a roll call on that. Starting with the first area. First area, Sammy?
It would help if I unmute myself. First area approves, KB1XP.
Okay, thank you. We've all done that at least once. Second area?
Peter, N2XTT, affirmative.
Okay, third area?
Third area approves, KE3HOY.
Fourth area?
Yeah, I'll approve myself. K9 GWS.
I knew that would happen. Fifth area approves, WA6LBU. Sixth area?
Sixth area approves, WY6N.
Seventh area?
Approve, KE7RG.
Okay, eighth area?
Approved, Whiskey November Echo Tango.
Okay, ninth area?
Approve, ROG.
Okay, thank you. 10th area?
Mac approved.
Okay, I'm not hearing Mac, so
Having technical issues.
what's that?
Go ahead, I approve, W6PNY.
Okay, thank you. DX?
EX area approves, B3 CMB.
Okay, Vice President?
Vice President approves and thanks Gary, AA1NA.
And President.
It approves, KL7OR.
Okay, so we have a treasurer, which is good because I think we have money.
For now, at least.
I feel that by the end of the month, trust me. Okay, and secretary. I would like to nominate Doug, N3VEJ in Alaska. What's that? What was that? I thought there was a comment in there. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, that is closed. And we'll do a roll call vote. First area,
First area approves KB1XP.
okay. Second area,
N2XCT approves.
third area,
KE3HAY approves.
fourth area,
Approved K9 GWS.
fifth area approves WA6LBU. Sixth area,
6 area approves WY6N.
seventh area,
Approved. KE7RG.
okay. Eighth area,
Whiskey 8 America Tango approved.
okay. Ninth area,
Approved.
okay. And I just saw the chat where Roger is sending me lines for approval. 10th area, W6PN. Yeah, you know who you are.
Approved W6PNY.
Okay, thank you. DX,
DX approved V3 CMB.
Vice President.
Vice President approves and thanks Doug. AA1NA.
Okay, President.
President votes yes. KL71.
Okay, thank you. I think that
One yes vote and no votes.
oh, Doug doesn't get a vote, I don't think. Well, he got a vote when he said yes.
No. This was a yes no vote, not an approved vote. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yes, no vote. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, with that. We go down to the discussion part, which is should the club add the ability to accept donations to the webpage? Is there any discussion?
I think we need Mac to kind of get to a microphone and let us know what he's thinking about.
Sounds like an excellent idea. I don't see Mac. So Mac, come on down.
Okay, I'm here. I had asked Dean probably at a board meeting before I was on the board about 3 months ago about this topic, and I was advised that it had been looked at before and there may have been concern. I don't know what those concerns were. I feel like it's a no-brainer to have a donation tab front and center on the club webpage, so that if people want to donate to the club, they can do it right there. Clearly won't be tax deductible. I think if somebody wants to make a donation, they're going to do it out of the kindness of their heart. And I think we can garner some revenue that way. And I also believe that we should have an additional tab where members pay for their awards to state something to the effect, would you like to make an additional donation to the Century Club? I just don't see the downside of it. When you look at any club that's out there, whether they're ham radio related or not, almost without exception, everybody has a donation page, tab, an ability for their membership to donate to them. So I just think it would be a good thing for the club in the era where we appear to be hemorrhaging money and lack operational funds or are concerned about operational funds. It's just an idea I had, and I don't believe I'm the first person to have that idea, but I'm bringing it up and I would like to see it myself.
Is there any additional discussion?
Yeah, on V3 CMB. And I'm not sure over time how much will or will not come in, but as far as the ability to do that off the website, absolutely, I would support that. We make it some donations, and especially with new people coming in, getting used to the club and all that, or the old timers have been around for a while. So I certainly would support that.
Comment?
Yeah, I have a comment too.
Okay, hang on, Peter. Dean, I think you were the comment.
I think we need to get the advice of an attorney. We are a 501c7 corporation, and we have limitations of what we can and can't do. While I agree with Mac that I think it's a good idea, I think we need to make sure that legally what we do is correct. Because there is mention about using funds, and I just don't understand it. It's beyond my wheelhouse, but I think we need to get some legal advice before we do that. But our newly elected treasurer had a comment to that.
Yeah, so here's what I'd say. I've been through the 501c7 regulations, and unlike a 50c3 that can get money from anywhere, the money for our club has to come from the members. There is an exception where you can get up to 20% of your revenue from other sources, but we're not allowed to sell things. We're not allowed to solicit donations from people other than our club members. So I don't think there's really anything wrong with this, and I think it's fine. And the only thing, and I don't know who would do this, but and especially if we put it behind, probably what we should do is put it behind the password, meaning you have to be signed in to be able to do it into the club website. As long as it's coming from a member, there's really nothing wrong with it.
Mac, does that work for you?
Are you muted?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I would ask, and I know I'm not the only person to think of this. I just happen to think of it lately, as far as putting it on the club website. I think if we're going to do, and I agree with Gary, if it can only come from a member, then they should have to be logged in. But a lot of people that are members don't ever log in. So I would ask that if that's probably most likely accurate, I would say put a small banner somewhere that if you want to make a donation to the club, log in and the donation be there. I don't know if that's too much. I'm just trying to think of how we could ensure that members would be able to see it, unless we just posted it like on the chat group of Reflector or something. I don't know.
It's easy. It's easy, Mac. We do it just like we do the election. You punch the button, and if you're not logged in, it asks you to log in. And we do the same thing on the website.
Okay, perfect.
Real easy, right? Yeah, we can force that.
Agree.
Perfect. Thank you.
We do that with other areas too. So what I will do, here's what I will do. I will get Mac spun up this month to give me some details. And Mac, why don't you go ahead and submit a motion for the April meeting? Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay. And then part two to that is on awards. And I think we'll do the same thing with awards, is we'll figure out a way that when you're applying for an award, you can also make a donation. And I'll work with Gary on that too. So because we're going to make Gary work this season, aren't we? But I'll work with Gary and Mac, and we'll be ready to hopefully by April to maybe get this thing rolled out, at least part of it. Sound good, Gary?
Yeah, works for me.
Works for me too. That was my concern, Mac, about doing it, because I'm not anyway. I'm done, Clay. Back to you.
Okay.
Comment.
Who was the comment?
Peter had a comment.
Oh, I apologize, Peter.
Yes.
Let me get to Peter first. I think Keon had one. Peter, you're number one on the list. Go ahead.
I was going to mention the 501c as well, but that's been answered. N2XCT, I am done.
Okay. And Keon, I believe. There was somebody else with a comment and didn't give me a call.
E3CB have one.
Okay, go ahead. Whatever your name is this week. Craig.
But it does say primarily funded by members' duties and fees. But there's a section for non-member income limits.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's an opportunity there's a restriction on how much you can have. I think it's 20% of your revenue could be from non-members. And that's for, I mean, we're really in a category with like social clubs. All right.
Yeah.
And so that's like when a social club rents their building out for a wedding, let's say, they get some income from that, but they cannot get more than 20% of their revenue from
Yeah,
outside
but
sources.
do we need now then that so they don't need to be a member and actually log in to donate? Is that what I'm?
Well, then
That's what I'm saying. Ask.
then
'Cause
the
it-
reason I want to do that is so I don't have to track whether the people that made donations are members or not, because I'd have to track that and make sure that we didn't go over the 20%. And I just
Yeah,
don't,
and
Do
we talk about this more, but I think it's 35% actually right now.
okay, whatever it
Thank-
is.
Do we know what the consequence is if we exceed 20%?
You pay taxes on
You lose your 501c7 status.
it, and you have to pay tax on it.
So if you do it on December 31st, what happens then?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what day. It depends on what year it's in. If it's done on December 31st, it's the same as doing it on July 1st.
I am okay with our current approach.
I agree.
I would like to add one thing that I will talk to Mac about in terms of the eyeball is I'll ask him on next year's eyeball that when he sets up the eyeball paying mechanism, that there also be a button there so that that person can donate to the eyeball. So we can see it in a couple of places. So, you know, if you want to donate an extra $50 just to the eyeball, you can do that, and it doesn't affect our corporation at all.
So when we'll talk about this later, Dean, but
Yeah.
when we set up the system, we're gonna have to make sure we have a way for me to know on PayPal what the source of that is. In other
Correct.
words, that it's
Correct.
supposed to be a eyeball donation or a club donation
Right.
so that I can
Right.
get it in the right account.
Right, correct. I agree. We got a little work to do it, but I think that we've got enough information now that we can. We have a month to get kind of things spun up, and then if we approve it next month, we still have another 20 or 18 days or whatever it is until the 1st of May. So this is going to take. We've got about 2 months to make it right.
Okay, anything additional on that? Hearing none, move on to number 7, questions and answers with the directors and officers.
I've got more discussion items, sir.
Oh, I apologize.
Me too.
Speak now.
What's that? So I would like to do a straw poll by director of have they done any effort to find a new chairperson for the bylaw committee? Because I'm drawing a blank. And last board meeting, I did ask the board of directors to help. And I would like to go around and see what's going on, because we need to get this position filled, and we need to get it filled yesterday rather than tomorrow. And that was pretty evident on my report that I made this month, that we currently have a non-functioning bylaw committee, and it looks like we've got some bylaw changes that we need to be making and working on. There's a couple issues that have come up in the last month. So if you would do that, Clay, I would appreciate it.
Okay. Starting with the first area, Sammy.
Unmute, Sammy.
Did it again. I have not had any success. I have not had any progress in seeking help for that committee, Dean.
Thanks.
Second area.
I don't know what are you you want me to make a comment about what's going on or what?
You weren't a director last month.
Yeah.
So maybe, but I'll tell you what, I'll skip on the second call area because I know Rich has been focused on awards and everything else. But the question is the effort from the second area to find a director or a chairperson for the bylaw committee.
Well, I have somebody. I have a number of people in mind. I'll have to ask them first.
Okay, would you submit that to me, please?
Before I ask them or now?
No. Talk to them and then submit. No, please.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Third area.
Comment? P3CMB.
Hey,
Okay,
Keon.
stand by. Third area. Go ahead, Craig.
Well, my thought is instead of us going through every director so we can all say, no, we haven't done anything, why not just ask any director who has done something to speak up? And then I have a follow-up after.
Okay, that's
okay.
That's okay. Are there any directors that have established a potential chair for the bylaws committee?
Hey, Craig, good idea. After I walk the plank, haha.
Sorry, Sandy.
Okay, that's fine. I will keep looking, and I'll talk to Peter if he's got some good ideas. Okay.
I have a comment, please.
Go ahead.
I suggest in our search for bylaws committee members that we give priority to someone who's not sitting on any other committee.
You're echoing, Kurt. I'm having a hard time.
I would make a suggestion that we give priority to someone who is not sitting on another committee.
I agree.
Or another group associated with the club.
That's absolutely.
And can I have a follow-up comment for E3CMB?
Yes. Go ahead, Craig.
The Dean, now this would certainly need to be a member, or I assume it does. I don't know, but could we potentially just put this out on the chat group and see who may be interested? I mean, one of the newer people within the club, who certainly they won't have the history necessarily on all the bylaws and all that stuff. But, one of the newer members within the club might very well come to the plate. Anyway, just a thought.
So my thought was that I would give the board of directors first chance at trying to help me. And then I go to step 2, 3, and 4. I mean, I don't stop here. I keep going. Okay. And yes, it needs to be posted to the chat group and any other mechanism we can use. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And that leads into my second item, unless there's any more comments. So last month, we had a discussion about chat groups. And I said that I would get in contact with Higgins, KB3PU, and he's ignored me. So I am going to, unless I hear of any other comments, I'm going to proceed with making a motion for next month that we abandon 3905 chat group and adopt Hamtown as our official chat group that we can control, that we can manage, which we can't do with chat group. Comments, please.
I think I saw Roger there waving his hand, but he's
no in our chat line. He said 7 threes. He's going to leave because of the bad echo.
Just a comment then on the other Dean's proposal.
Go ahead, Craig.
When we did talk about it last month, Dean, the one thing I think that actually was Brad, VA3CBU, all of our other groups IO start with 3905, and we have many other groups. And Hamtown has nothing to do with, in the name, Hamtown has nothing to do with 3905. And unless the current owner of that group is causing us grief, which I haven't seen, maybe it is, I don't know. Having everything as 3905 chat group or 3905 NCS or 3905 board or 39. Having that consistency, I think is good. As well, it certainly promotes the club because 3905 is in the title of the chat group.
Okay. What would you like to rename it to? What would you like it to be other than 3905 chat group? I can make it anything you want it. We can make it 3905 this or that. We can rename it because we own it. Because we own it. We don't own chat group.
Yeah, we have zero control over chat
Right.
group.
I agree with you, Craig, 100%. But and I will add that to I mean, I'll get input from the board. We could make it 3905 something.
Why don't you make it 3905 chat?
Do that too.
Chat.
Anyway, Gene had a comment.
Okay, Gene, go ahead.
Okay. If you would like, I can try to contact Higgins again. I have not, but I can. I have a good rapport with him. But it's your choice to even try. Dean, if you want, I can try.
Here's the one issue is that we have no control, no admin on chat group. We can't moderate it. We can't add new members. We can't moderate members. We can't do anything. It's all up to Higgins and what he wants to do. And I'm not saying that we need to go around moderating people, but I think that the management of this needs to be in the membership and communications team. You know, they're doing my understanding is that they're doing a good job with Facebook, you know, maintaining, you know, the media. And I think this is just a carry on from that.
I agree, Dean, but I'm asking if you want me to try to contact before you put on a different path.
So we're split. We have a handful of people that only use Hamtown, and we've got a handful of people that don't use Hamtown that just do chat group and vice versa. And this has been going on since 2005, 20 years. And it's confusing to people.
Yeah, I think if we just hone in on exactly why we want to do this, it's really because, you know, control is one thing, but we also want to try to get everybody on the same group. It's very, you know, anytime I send out a message that I want to go out to the whole club, I have to send it out to both of them. And there's a third group, Dean. Some are on Hamtown, some are in chat group, some are on both. Like
that's
me.
what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah.
So every time somebody sends out an email, I get two. Get Hamtown and chat group. So, you know, we want to get to one group and make that the official group for the club, and people will know where to go to get their information about the club.
If Jim would be willing to give it up, it would be easier to move the members in Hamtown over to chat group than going the other way around. But his not responding to my email, you know, what do you do?
Well,
so Gene, I accept your offer and let me know how it goes. Okay.
I will. After Alaska.
No, I want you to start tomorrow.
What was that?
What the hell are you doing during the day? Goofing off.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
And my only point of E3CMB was to have groups IO because all of our other groups are groups IO. So, you know, why don't we register 3905 discussion group at groups IO?
Costs money. We're in groups IO because we transitioned during the cutover, whenever it was, and we've got free accounts. If I was to go register now, we would have to pay an annual fee.
Okay, what's the fee?
I have no idea. Why pay a fee why pay a fee when we can take one of these groups and just rename it to what we want? That's what I'm saying. I can
because
rename
it's on Hamtown. It's not on Groups IO.
It is.
It is.
Hamtown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just rename it from Hamtown to Groups IO.
No.
Now,
rename Hamtown to something new like 3905 discussion or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That would be easy. But
Yes.
what I'm saying, what would be easier is to get Jim to give us group or chat group, and we can continue managing that, and then we can move the
Yep.
100 people from or whatever for Hamtown, and then kill Hamtown.
Yep.
Yep. So Gene,
No question.
you're on.
got it.
But I will try. I mean, we'll work on this, and I'll come to the next board meeting. If you see a motion, it means that we've been successful with something. We can always table it for another month. I've got no problem with that. I'm in no hurry to do this. My goal is to consolidate this so that we've got one group that we use to communicate to our members. That's the goal.
I have a question, please. Is there a way to approach groups IO to tell them they have an administrator that is inactive or non-responsive and could be SK as far as we know? Is that a possibility? And if they have a mechanism in place to put in a new administrator?
Kurt, you got a real bad echo. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Is there a way to contact groups IO to ask what can we do if an administrator becomes inactive or unresponsive or a silent key? Is there a way to substitute an administrator?
Yeah, the response is probably have a good day. No, we can't. But it's this whole thing with security is getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and unless Jim has any designated other people for admin. So, for example, I'll give you an example. Ben resigned. He had control of what's the group that you guys use for awards?
Award Talk.
No, the private one that the AAMs use.
3905 AC.
AC. Okay, so basically what Ben did is he reassigned that to me as admin. So and then he withdrew himself immediately. Okay. I as an administrator now can say appoint Rich as admin. So right now Rich is admin and I'm admin. So we got two people in that group. So there's something happens to one another, it continues. When you only have one admin, you're toast. Because you got the source has no way to validate you that right. So, and that's really important as we go through these things is that we have people that have co-admin authority. So for example, the website, I have admin authority with Matt. So that if something happens to Matt, we can continue on without having to say, oh crap, what do we do? We don't have access to the website anymore. And that's what we're trying to do across the board is make sure that we've got this coverage. And we've had a couple of problems in the past. I won't go into them. So, and that's one of my goals is to make sure that we have that coverage. So, but I mean, I'll look into that, Kurt, and see what they say. But I'm sure that they're going to say that, you as an administrator had plenty of opportunity to make other people co-admins, and you didn't. So.
I agree. I think that is the likely answer, but it doesn't hurt to ask because it might be surprised.
Right. No, and again, Matt and I, when we set forth with this website thing, we both agreed that even though Matt does a lot, that if something happens tomorrow, that we can continue for an indefinite period of time. And he's kind of trained me, and I can do things in the background. And I've also asked him, for example, to create some admin only items that I use from infrequently, but that I can get to some data that otherwise I may not be able to get to. So anyway, so Gene, you're on the hook. Whenever you get a chance, I will continue down the road that that the suggestion is that if we do decide to migrate to Hamtown, that we rename it to something 3905. I will not figure out what that is. And I'll come back to the board meeting at the next board meeting with some ideas, and then we can proceed forward. Does that sound reasonable?
And
not a motion, but more data so that we can say we're on the right track so that we can prepare the motion to
and you were going to check to see what the annual fee was for groups.
I can do that real quick.
44 cents a member.
Okay. annually.
Right.
Okay.
It's a minimum of 220, according to what I just read.
And right, and we have 4,000 members. So
Hey, I'm sorry I'm answering my own question, but a quick search says yes, Groups IO can assist in replacing an inactive administrator, but it requires a direct appeal to their support team rather than an automatic in-platform button. Further down, it says the administration you have to provide evidence the owner is unreachable. So I think you can document sending emails from a couple different places and no response. Well, it was whatever they require to but it sounds like they've had that question before.
So here's the other problem, Kurt. I asked you yesterday or whenever about posting photos for your trip.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't post photos to chat group. You can't post files to chat group. You can't post formatted text to chat group. All that stuff has been turned off, and has been turned off for 25 years. And that's not the case with Hamtown. You can post files and you can post photos. And that's kind of the road that I'm headed. So, but I will look into it. I will add that to my list, and I'll say what we can't do. But I think Gene is a person. If Gene's got a relationship, and he can get to Higgins, I'm all for that, right? So I mean, when we took over Facebook, it was the same situation. It was done by a couple of rogue people, and it was maintained for a number of years by people. And finally, when I became president, I got an email from, gosh, his call sign escapes me. You know, do you want Facebook? And I said, I'm not ready for Facebook. But finally, when I was ready, he turned it over to me, and then I quickly turned it over to Gary's group. And I've heard good things about our Facebook page. You know, so I mean, kudos to the people that are maintaining it, but they're working at trying to maintain a good presence for the club. And that's what I want to do with the chat group. I mean, so anyway, good information, guys. I appreciate it.
I tried to send a picture when I go through it.
I don't think Higgins has it.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I'm done.
Do you have any other? Are you done?
Well, I think so.
Have you got to the bottom of your list, Dean?
I could make it bigger, but I don't think you want me to.
Okay. Is there anybody else who has some discussion? Are you
Yes.
waving by, or do you have some discussion, Gene?
Whiskey America Tango.
Okay, go ahead.
I have two issues, discussion issues. One was the bylaws committee. I talked to Dean this afternoon. The other one was he committed to try a trial tendon net or nets. And I asked him to answer his thoughts about that, and he can comment with his thoughts. Okay, go ahead, Dean.
I have the authority that was given to me when I was elected as president to run special nets as I deem fit. And if we want to try things on a planned basis, I have the authority to say yes. And if you could put together a proposal of exactly what you want to do for exactly as long as you want to do it, so long as it's not overbound, we can try that. And we can try it as.
Go ahead.
And we can schedule it as a special net. So just like we do rodeo night or wild night, we can schedule a tandem night, and we can lay out what the criteria is going to be for that net.
I agree, and you committed to do that for 5 months. So I'm asking you to commit to talk to me next week or so to try something shortly.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
I also have another request pending in the same category, a little bit shorter duration, but it's the same kind of scenario. It's basically an opportunity to set some metrics and then do evaluation of the success, and then based on that result, determine do we need to make a change. Okay.
Thank you.
So unless somebody has heartburn with that, I think that was the authority about running nets. So yes, it would be special nets. Hopefully it won't be every night, but we'll set up a schedule, and then you will be responsible for evaluating, the success of it. So
That's fair.
Craig, do you have any problems with that? I know you always like to talk to me.
Dean, when I'm quiet, take that as a good thing.
What's that?
When I'm quiet, take that as a good thing.
Well, I just want to give you an opportunity,
And poke the bear at the same time.
Yeah, and I'd like to make one other comment too. I would like to welcome back Peter as second area director, and I'd like to welcome Mac as the 10th area director. We haven't done that yet, but we probably did in a previous meeting, but they're active now, and look forward to working with both of them. So,
Here.
Dean, did you send a letter yet?
I'm good. I'm logged in. I can run the radio. The question is, Peter, are you going to let me do it on Monday night? That's the issue. So, no, I was already registered with it, and I went to it, and I was able to turn the radio on and change the frequency and all that. So I'm good.
You were able to change the frequency, but do you have permission from that club to do that?
Well,
that's not an open remote.
I sure got into it, and it was open to me. So I don't know. I mean, it's been a couple of years before we can talk about it later, Peter. But
all right,
yeah.
Okay. Any other discussions under the directors and officers?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
I don't think we need a motion unless there's any objections. The meeting is adjourned.